Alright, so I don't know I'm gonna structure this video, but it's a random. I don't know if you would call this ASMR, just like soft smoking, I guess. But I'm just gonna, I guess, rant about random stuff. So I was gonna talk about anxiety, I guess. So and how to like kind of get over it, kind of help get over it. So yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna start this video, but so social anxiety. As someone who used to be like socially anxious, I feel like there's a way to combat that, and there's a way to help get over feeling socially anxious. So I'd say like the first thing to do is trying not to care about what others think about you. I know that's hard to do, but it's possible if you have actually take time to try to do that. So, and I think realistically speaking, everybody cares to extent about what other people think. Like some people who said, "Oh, I don't care about what others think. I don't care about this and that." I think to an extent they care, but it's just very little, as opposed to like other people who are like more socially aware and like socially anxious about what other people might think about them. I think obviously they care way more, but people who are, who don't really care, they care. In my opinion, I may be wrong, but in my opinion, I think they care to a certain extent. Like I don't think anybody just walks around who just generally doesn't care about anything or like anyone around them. But I'd say like to combat that help, it's just like not caring, try not to care. To give an example, I think we've all had like a day where we had either a good haircut uh or the barber got us right, or if you're a girl, like you got your hair done, a different hairstyle, or you got just a new outfit or like something like that you want people to notice, and you feel good about it. And then when you like, let's say you go to school and like nobody really notices or says anything, mentions like your hair or your outfit or your shoes or whatever, and then you come back home, you're like, damn, that's kind of a letdown because nobody really cared about what I wore. It's kind of the same way, but the other way around. So if you like, let's say you one day you have like bad acne, or your barber just completely fucked your shit up, and now you got like a uh fucking fucked up hairline, or your haircut's terrible, or you just look just completely like bummy, or you're afraid in general about like what other people might think of you. It's the same way, just the other way around. Like nobody cares. Again, nobody cares. And if they do care, it's gonna be like for like 2 seconds. Like if they look at you, they're like, "Oh, that dude's hairline's fucked up," and then like 2 seconds later, they're gonna like go and think about something else. They're not even gonna think about your fucked up ass hairline. But I don't know. I keep mentioning hairline. It's just the first thing that came to my mind. But that's just an example. Like nobody really cares. Me personally, if I saw something that of someone like that was off or weird about them, I would just think like 2 seconds of it and then just think about something else, because it's none of my business. I have other stuff to care about. Yeah, that's what other people feel like at the same time. And then second thing is learning how to take L's, and just learning how to like move on from awkward, or move on from stuff you feel like you did awkwardly. So let's say, I think we've all had a time where we've had like someone like a employee of a food restaurant or whatever. They're like, they give you your meal and they're like, all right, enjoy, and you're like, thanks, you too. And you're like, damn, why the fuck did I say that? That was awkward. and it just like really sticks with you, or you say something, or like something that's just awkward in general, you gotta learn to like not think about it too much and just look back and laugh. An example for me, I have plenty of examples, but um I remember I wasn't like, as someone who was like used to be really introverted and sucked at talking and like just being social. There's this one time where uh I was I was like, so I'm at college, but I was in the elevator, and I was with this random girl, and I was like, basically, I don't know if the whole situation is worth explaining. Basically, long story short, I completely like messed up, or just completely misinterpreted what I said and what she said, and it kind of left her like looking at me like I was like stupid. And now looking back at it, it's kind of like hilarious, because like I was so like socially awkward, so it's kind of like dumb. But at the end of the day, I'm like moved on from that, because like at the end of the day, it's like stuff like that from like that happened like a year ago, or like almost 2 years ago. But stuff like that is like, you can't really think about stuff about the past. You can't change the past. You just gotta move on. Just learn to laugh at it, because for example, she's not gonna remember who the hell I am. Like that's just such a minuscule like detail in her, like that happened randomly in her life, that she's not gonna remember who I am or what situation that even happened at. So you just gotta learn to like laugh at yourself. um Next thing I would say is putting yourself in awkward situations. So like if you're like afraid to talk to people, or afraid to make social convo, um I guess a way to do that is just to just do it. Go ahead and do it. If there's a situation where, let's say you want to talk to someone, you're like, oh, I don't want to bother them. They might think I'm weird, or they might just not be in the mood. They don't want to talk to me or anything. I'd say just, if a situation makes you uncomfortable and it's out of your comfort zone, but you know it's for your own good, as long as it's like not anything too bad, like just making random convo with someone like in an elevator, then go for it. Just by all means, just do it. At the end of the day, like, you never know what the other person, you never know what the other person's thinking. So I mean, they could have like a bad day. You can just like talk to them about something, and that can really make their day. I know for me, like when people randomly talk to me, it doesn't really matter like what it is or how weird it is. I still appreciate them for like trying to talk to me for whatever reason it may be. So like for me, I started like talking to people in the elevators, because like I would just sit there, and I felt like it's more awkward when you just sit there with a person, like it's just you and them, and you're just silent. I lived on like the top floor. I still live on the top floor, so it would just like I would just have to sit there for like a whole 15 seconds of like just silence. So I would just ask the person like, oh, do you have class today? Oh, what class? Or what's your major? Just the iconic line of every college student, what's your major? Or just like, hey, I like those shoes. Or you skate? I've seen some people like have like skateboards or like rollerblades, and I just like compliment them or stuff like that. It just gets easy way to talk to people and like just be nice and stuff. Being like, if you're standing in line or just waiting somewhere or just whatever, walking by, you can just be like, hey, nice shirt or whatever. You just compliment them and stuff. People really appreciate compliments. I don't think people realize how much other people appreciate compliments. You might think you're bothering someone, but if you just go out of your way, you never know. And I know another thing is for especially dudes, I know a lot of dudes are like afraid to talk to girls. I know for me, I was pretty much the same about, like, I could not talk to girls to save my life. And I got well, I'll get to that later, but so like I kind of like devised a little quote unquote plan, and that was like just to like talk to random girls on campus, or just so I started by saying like trying to say hi or hey to the random girls passing by. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, it did not work. It failed. Like there's this one girl, the first girl I tried to try that on, like I was just walking by, just said hi or hey, and she just did not acknowledge me. I don't know if she just purely ignored me because she just did not want to talk to me, or she just did not hear me. And I tried it again later that day, and the other girl just did not. She acknowledged me, but she didn't. I guess she didn't really notice I was talking to her or something. Then I realized like I was just like talking. I mean, I would wait till they passed by, or I don't know. The way I did it was weird. So I kind of learned from my mistakes, and I would say hey or whatever. You could smile at people and like just sometimes they smile back. I can't do that. I can't fake a smile. Like I gotta genuinely be happy about something. But yeah, and then like to talk to girls, once I got better at like just talking in general, what I would do is what was I gonna say? Probably gonna cut this part out. But what I would do is like just talk to random girls and like I know it seems like terrible, but not terrible, but it just seems like kind of whatever. But I would just like talk to random girls and like ask for a number. It's kind of a way. It's kind of messed up, but it's kind of a way to like improve my skills on talking to girls and stuff. And I failed a lot, but I succeeded sometimes. So, it was like a good learning. But yeah, anyways, yeah. So I would like come up to girls and like just talk to them. Obviously, it was on campus and stuff or whatever, like people around and stuff. So it wasn't anything weird, but I would just go up and talk to girls, and I would just make up like random excuses. Like this one girl I was talking to, I was like, hey, do you know the directions to blah blah blah? I knew where the building was, obviously, but I just wanted like to talk, and like we had like a little convo about like what classes she was taking and stuff. And before she left, I asked for a number, and she gave it to me. And then like a couple other instances or whatever in general, but that really helped me in general. Even the times that I failed, and times that it was like kind of awkward for me, and for them, well, mainly for me, but even those times like those helped me become more like better at talking to girls in general, especially the girls that I found attractive. And then the next thing I would say is joining a club or like getting a job like social that involves you like to talk to people. I remember in high school, the people who were like very well spoken and like they weren't afraid of like public speaking or like doing projects in front of the class. They were just everything they just spoke on was pretty fluid. I found out like most of them had like jobs where either in like retail or like customer service or any type of stuff like that where they had to talk to customers constantly. So that honestly like helps develop your like skills to talking to people. A personal example for me, I would say, is when so I was like really I consider myself introverted, but I was really really introverted before I started my job. It was last year. I don't work there anymore, but it was last year, like on campus, basically front desk. And so I was like, I could not talk for like long periods of time. So that job involved you to be engaged with like the residents, the students that live there. Obviously you're a student too, so it makes it easier because they're basically your peers. But for me, it was pretty hard to like hold convos, or like when it first started, people would like come up to me and ask like questions that I wasn't prepared for, and I would just like stumble across my words, or like I would ask a question back and like I would be stuttering and stuff. It was like really bad, but then eventually I got used to it, and talking to people for me became more fluid. Um, so that honestly that really helped me. Even though I worked like night shifts, so I worked like around like 10 p.m. to like 1 2 a.m. or like for a couple hours. It really helped me, like, because I talked to people and I made like a lot of friends just that way, just because they saw me a lot. uh and that really helped because my speaking, so my social skills or speaking just to people I don't know, I got really better at that, and I could hold like convos and stuff, and that really helped. So um yeah, just I'd say the biggest thing is just put yourself in awkward situations, to be honest, but because that really helps. It helps you get better at talking, get you out of your comfort zone. um yeah, try to be more social. I would say, go to, like, if you have friends that go to parties, try to go like to a party or like a social gathering or a bar or something, and like talk to people there, or just find like random stuff to talk to people about. um but that, I don't know if that would can apply to everyone, because not everyone's a party person. um I mean, not even that, or just, I don't know if everybody likes that setting, because not everybody likes to party. I'm not a party person myself, but that's just a way to be social. uh Honestly, I think that's it for that. But yeah, I don't know what kind of video this was, ASMR, like soft spoken, or like combined with advice or whatever. It's kind of weird giving advice since I'm more of an introverted person, but that's what personally helped me. um I'm more, I wouldn't say I'm ambivert, but I can talk to people like without any problems, to be honest, most of the time. So yeah, this was a long video, but anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it.